Hello, everybody, and we welcome you once again to the Adventures Travel Club television show. Oh, boy, Betty, you wanted me to paint the water blue, so today that's what we're going to do.
It's really going to be blue. Oh, my gosh.
Isn't
that just gorgeous?
I just had to get some more pictures in of the beautiful water. I was going to say the blue Pacific, but that's not right. The blue Caribbean, isn't it?
Ain't right. And I don't expect those kind of mistakes from you. You are the source of knowledge.
No, but I kept thinking about that, the blue Pacific. Hey, wait a minute. This is on the other side of the
it's really
country.
Gorgeous color. It's
beautiful.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. And the weather's so nice. And, of course, what we're showing you are scenes from the trip that we had last year on the Westerdam, one of Holland American's beautiful
ships. That's it right there.
No, that's not it.
Not really. I'm just joking. That's the little trawler.
That was a little tugboat. I think that was
that guided us in
the port. Yeah. And Betty, this I wanted to show you. This was the British Colonial Hotel on the island there in Nassau. And remember last time I think I said, "Gee whiz, I wish I had pictures of the other side of this." And this is the side that I wanted everybody to see. Sort of remind me of the Royal Hawaiian Hotel in Honolulu.
Yeah, you can just feel like that. On the trip, you also went to Hawaii, huh?
Well, yeah,
but it is
been
beautiful.
Nice to lay it out there on the beach, though. That beautiful place, so just a beautiful place. And you imagine, though, that the Royal Hawaiian at one time looked like that with all the big hotels in the background.
And think how peaceful it is here as compared to Hawaii. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now that looks like a little tiny ship compared to ours, and we know it wasn't.
That's right. No, there were ships of all sizes and shapes and flying all different kinds of flags. Somebody's holding on to this guy so he doesn't fall overboard.
Don't lose him, huh? Well, it looks like it was a little bit windy right at that particular time. Oh, look at that. Look at the tan, the red, whatever color you want to call it. Yeah,
it's beautiful. I love these colors there in Nassau where you can see the sort of the salmon colored of the buildings there. It was really quite pretty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was very, very nice. Oh, there's just one of the many ports of call, of course, that we spent there.
Marv, speaking of ports of call, are you ready?
Ready for what?
What I'm going to say now. Ports of call, does that kind of ring a bell? Do you have an idea what I might be talking about?
You wouldn't be talking about trips that are going to be coming up, would you?
Well, how could you know that? Oh, you are so smart. I really am. I have 3 cruises, and I have them all.
Oh, boy.
And because they are so exceptional, I just have to tell you about them right now. Well, you know, really. But we're going to go to the Caribbean, and we're going to do the Western Caribbean.
Not
this.
Right. So, but they're still going to be as pretty as this, right?
It'll be, yeah. Well, I think I'm going to like the itinerary better. I like where we're going to stop. The stops are really great. Okay. So we're going to do that, and that is going to be on February 13th. And now, wait, listen, I'm sorry.
Okay. I was just going to say, that's a good time to go when it's cold and foggy in the valley.
Well, I got the microphone, and when I get it, it's hard for me to leave it. But the prices are so fantastic that I cannot believe it. Do you know that I have the lowest price possible? And,
of course I know you get the lowest price possible.
But, I mean, you can actually take this cruise for $1,211.80.
You've got to be kidding me.
If the deposit is made by January the 15th, and that includes air.
You mean free air from Fresno?
Free air from Fresno.
Whoa,
can
Betty,
you believe
that is a deal.
That
is a deal.
That is sort of always the come on. They don't have a lot of cabins at that price.
Yeah.
But that is so.
But still, if you book early, you can get a cabin at that price.
And then they go on up because there is a discount of, oh my goodness, something like off the brochure price. Well, the brochure price states $1,660 for the cheapest, and this is $1,211. How about that?
That's incredible.
So that should be encouraging for
save
everybody.
Your pennies.
Yeah, yeah. And then, that's February. Then in April, we go through the Panama Canal.
Oh,
we talked about that a little bit before. But Marv, we have awfully good prices on that one, too.
What are they, Betty?
Well, those prices start at, let me see where I'm looking here. They're going to start at $1,885. Air free also.
Terrific. This is up on the sports deck on the Westerdam, and this is way up really topside. You can play tennis up there or basketball or shoot hoops like these fellows and the young lady were doing.
Or you can sit and watch them do it.
That's true, too. And you see everybody's getting their little a little booklet that they have. You get points for getting active in all sorts of things there, and you can, if you get enough points, you can wind up with a T-shirt or a travel bag or other things that they have. It's kind of fun.
I signed up for it, and I did the jogging part, and I did. Oh, I think you went to the the scarf tying or
all sorts of wild things.
I didn't get anything, but anyway, I started out real enthusiastic, and then I had a good book and
too many diversions, I think, along the way, aren't there?
I was going to be very good.
Oh, this is just one of the swimming pools, and of course, this deck, the top there opens and slides back, and it's just great. And then there's the hot tubs there too that people can get into, the whirlpool. There are so many activities going on. It's hard. I was actually running with the camera between activities, and the horse race is about to start. But before they do, we're going into another one of the salons to take a look at some carving of vegetables. Now this is really something. So take a look at this, if you will.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our vegetable carving. And our Filipino chefs, June, who has marzipan, and Jerry, who will be using vegetables. As we go along the way, we'll explain what they are doing. Marzipan is actually made from almond paste, powdered sugar, and lemon peel. And you need marble or wood to use marzipan, otherwise it would get stuck in all those little places. Jerry, he's using a carrot at the moment. He's already peeled the carrot. He's slicing down the sides of the carrot. And I will have sheets after the demonstration you can take with you, so you can take home and practice. It does actually take a lot of patience, vegetable carving, but don't worry, there's always vegetable soup, so you can keep trying. As we are on a Dutch ship, Jerry is going to be making a tulip. He's placing a wooden skewer through asparagus, placing the skewer through the bottom of the carrot. Look at that. You can take photographs when the demonstration is finished as well.
Well, Betty, we'll take a look at the rest of this after a bit. You see now he's starting with an onion, a full onion. And wait till you see the flour that he makes out of this thing. This is incredible.
I'm waiting to see the tears start flowing. If that was me with the knife, I'd be crying my head off.
There's a way to keep from doing that, isn't there?
You tell me.
Put it in the freezer first.
Well, you would know.
You
know,
you put it in the freezer so that all that juice doesn't pop right up at you and get in your eyes, something like that. Anyway, while he's carving that, we're going to go back over to the horse races, and you see the people with the numbers over there. They are the ones who are the horses as such. Now, this was really something. I mean, there was a lot of betting going on here, and actually, you could buy a horse. And that's what several of these people went in and they bought a horse. So I suspect if their horse won, and that they would, have gotten a lot of bucks there, just like a regular horse race.
Oh.
If you own a horse and your horse wins, look at this.
Yeah, I was surprised at the bidding. I didn't quite understand it, frankly, and I didn't stick around long enough because it didn't look that interesting to me. But you said it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So
and the people who were there were having one good time with it, I'll tell you. Now there the horses are all lined up there, and they're just about ready to go. But there was a great big group on the ship, and most of these people were from that particular group. But that meant, though, that they weren't the only ones that could join in. Everybody could. And this is how the horses advanced. With the roll of the dice, right? And so they were politicking and trying to get you to bet on their horses up until the time that the race actually started. They were having all sorts of fun doing that.
How did you do that betting? How did you do that? Each
you just
square?
Walked up,
Did you have to bet win, place, and show, or
no? It was just win.
Win.
I believe it was just win. That was all that I saw. I was so busy trying to get around and get different shots, I didn't get a chance to put any money on the horses.
Okay, that's just as well.
Oh, a $2 bet would have been fun. Anyway, I don't know. But they were really
you
hooping
did
and
say
hollering.
that they spent quite a bit, though, huh?
Oh
They were
yeah,
not
yeah.
just $2 bets. You
No, they were. There was quite a
bet
bit of
what you
money
want,
going through there. Yeah.
Well, I know they
So-
made money on the bingo. That one person won $1,000.
Is that right?
Uh-huh,
Oh
on
my
the
golly.
bingo, yeah.
That's something. Well, you can, and then there's also a casino, of course, on the ship as well. So, so if you're into gambling at all, you can certainly have a good time doing that. Oh, number 5, she really looks really rooting for
Come on,
herself there,
yeah,
isn't she?
yeah.
And guess what? She was
won?
the winner. Yes, she was a winning horse. Oh. Oh,
Now we're
and
going-
okay, back to the flowers. Now look at this. Isn't that? See that? That was
That's
the
the onion up there? Oh,
the pretty
my
white thing up there.
goodness.
And look how you use the asparagus for
stamen,
the stem.
huh?
Yeah.
Ah,
Isn't
how
that
about
beautiful?
that?
That's
Uh-huh.
really something.
I
So-
should have watched it.
well, you know, that was it. There was, as I said, I was running for, and there's another event that will show a little bit. I mean, there were so many things going on simultaneously, which just proves that there's so much that you can do. I mean, you like you say, if you want to take your book and just go rest and go on the deck or wherever, you can do that too. You can go to the movies, have
Yeah.
first run movies every day, or you could participate in any of the how-to or races, or there was just so much. It was just
cruises
wonderful.
are not that boring, really.
No, not at all.
For those that you have anything that you want, if you're there for a rest, you can have your rest,
Mm-hmm.
and then avail yourself of all of these Look
Oh,
at that!
speaking about with the book.
Marv, that wasn't very nice, honestly.
Well, you were just resting, having a good time.
Did a big yawn. Oh, it was.
Oh,
Look at
that's
your mother
nice. Yeah,
right there
she's
next
sound
to me.
asleep, isn't she?
Oh no!
Oops, I
Yeah,
woke
you
her
woke
up.
her up. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were also having a shuffleboard tournament just a few paces down from us here, and a lot of people were involved with this. And
I like
was kinda
that.
fun.
I liked shuffleboard. That was
it is fun.
I thought that was fun.
It
Once
is
I
fun.
learned how to play it. Frustrating.
I must say that we didn't know too much about it. These two kids that you see right here, now they're working recreation stuff, but at night you would see them dancing and singing, and they're professionals, and so they have a chance to get out and mingle with the passengers and have fun during the daytime, and in the evening time I thought they just put on wonderful shows.
Yeah, the
They're
shows
very
were
talented.
tremendous
Oh, it was
and
just great.
clean.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's so unusual today
It really
to find
is.
something that's
That
clean.
really is. Yeah, there's
Oh,
Peggy and Jim and Marie.
Jim and Marie.
And-
Hello.
And just we were just having, as you say, you wander around the ship and just do so many different things. And 2 swimming pools, that was always nice too, because there's always something going on at one of those too.
Yeah, well, that Peggy, she does everything. She got, I don't know what, I think she got a T-shirt, but she's into everything.
Well, she won on the masquerade
Yeah.
stuff on
Nah,
the dress
sure.
up
Isn't
deal.
that
She won
great?
that.
She really
Uh-huh.
enjoys her travels, and I
Oh,
think
it-
that's wonderful.
It is good. So everybody's getting their little books here, as you see, your passport to fitness or health signed again. And boy, there were so many people who really got into that.
Sure. I had about 6, 8 things, I think, before I quit. and
Well,
then-
I started running the deck in the morning, but I started before the guy got out there. So by
Oh,
that,
sure.
by the time that he got out there, it was time to go
sure.
have a cup of
Oh,
coffee.
there's John and Mary Lee. And
Yeah, and this is it. Now, we didn't know exactly how the game was played, so we're trying to give one another directions here, I mean, we could have gone and asked somebody, but and John broke it right off the bat.
right off the thing. And we beat them. Marv and I were partners against John and Mary
Well,
Lee.
we couldn't figure out how it worked, or who was partnered with who here to begin with, so it was really a lot of fun, though.
Yeah,
But this
I
was
enjoyed
great.
this. I thought it was, and she was good.
Yeah, I know.
In
Mary
fact,
Lee
I
did
was-
wonderfully well.
I was
She did.
embarrassed because Mary Lee started out so well, and I couldn't even get it across the line. I was using it like a golf stroke.
But practice makes perfect with
well,
that.
I don't know
think.
about perfect, but it made me better.
Makes you better, that's right, yeah. And way out there on the horizon, there's another ship traveling in the same direction, and these seas were just marvelous, just beautiful.
And fortunately, they were calm and
They
enjoyable.
were. This is Paul. Now, Paul is a comedian from Las Vegas who does a lot of acts there, and we saw his show, and like Betty said, it was just very nice because it was a clean show. I mean, he didn't use
wonderful.
dirty jokes. He didn't have to, or language that you would be embarrassed with. I ran into him on the shore, and we had a nice long talk. We were talking about entertainment and television, and he said there are quite a few entertainers there that he knows that use nice, clean material, and they are working all the time.
Yes.
They are working all the
the
time.
time.
They're just booked like crazy.
Well, his interpretations.
Uh-huh.
Were
Oh, yes, he did.
wonderful.
Yeah, right.
He did Paul Lynn and some of the old
he
ones
did
that were
some
just
wonderful
fun.
things. He did. Now here you could get into this too. How
Woo-hoo.
filling a beer bottle with cold water. Oh boy! Oh,
But you see
and it's
how
a relay
protected-
race.
It's protected there. There's glass around that
Oh
does
yeah,
protect
sure.
you from.
And when you're in the Caribbean though, like that too, it's nice and warm, so you don't have to worry. And they weren't using ice water, I don't think. But anyway, there is one of the
There they
teams
did.
that won,
Filled it up.
so they were really happy. Good way to get a suntan
Oh,
and work out at the same
Yeah,
time,
good
or
luck.
lay around if you want to. Either way, it didn't
Mm.
make any difference. But as I say, there was so much activity, always going on around
There's
these
so much
pools.
food available
Woo!
any
You
time
needed the
of
activity.
the day. And somebody called and said, "Betty, do you have 3 meals a day?" I said, "You have 3 meals a day plus."
About 8 meals, really,
you
when
can
you
eat.
add it
You
up.
can eat constantly. There's
Right.
always some place for with food available.
That's true. Betty, in a few minutes, we're going to take a look at the a preview of the Alaska Inside Passage tour.
Oh.
And again, we want to remind you, if you would like to go on that we would like you to save money. So please contact us and have your deposit in before the 10th of February. And Betty, how much of a deposit will they need to hold?
$300, and if they want the cancellation insurance, $59 that has to go with it, and that guarantees you get your money back anytime.
Is
which
that
is
right?
a, yeah,
That's good.
which is a good
in
thing.
case something should happen and you
But
couldn't
I
go.
think it's a wise thing to, if you think you want to go, is to call and see what cabins are available,
Mhm.
because they won't all be available all the time.
No, and
So-
those cabins are going fast. In fact,
Yeah.
one full deck has already been reserved. So we asked you to give us a call, and Betty's number is 488-7443, and do that right away if you would, please. Oh, I just think the scenery, these wonderful islands out here. Now, of course, what we're looking at now is in the Caribbean, and what we will be looking at in just a few moments will be the inside passage to Alaska. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
quite different.
yes, quite
Uh-huh.
different indeed. And Betty has the itinerary together on the Alaska cruise, so do give her a call at 488-7443, or drop us a line at 1550 North Fresno Street. That's Fresno 93703.
There are some places that words can't quite capture. Their beauty defies description, and yet you feel compelled to try, to share the experience with others. Places like Alaska's Inside Passage, with its untamed wilderness, sparkling fjords, vast timberlands, and ice age glaciers.
Alaska's just spectacular, the scenery is. You can take as many pictures as you want and you never do it justice. You have to see it.
There's no better way to experience the magnificent scenery, rich history, and abundant wildlife of Southeast Alaska than on a luxurious Holland America Line cruise. Scenic raw beauty and the ship's refined elegance make a dramatic contrast and perfect affinity. On Holland America, you'll sail the protected waters of Alaska's Inside Passage to its most popular ports of call and spectacular scenery.
The mountains, the eagles, to just step out on deck and be part of the unbelievable beauty. It's breathtaking. I'll never forget the feeling.
With 118 years of experience, Holland America Line has built a tradition of excellence. Our Inside Passage cruises bring you the adventure of the last frontier, wrapped in the world's finest service and hospitality.
Here we were, so excited to finally be experiencing Alaska's wilderness, and it turned out that the ship is another destination in itself.
The SS Rotterdam, flagship of the Holland America Line fleet. World class, world famous, a world unto herself. The Noordam and her sister ship, the New Amsterdam, along with our newest addition, the MS Westerdam, provide a sleek blend of Old World charm and New World technology. 4 of the most magnificent ships to sail the world's oceans. Sumptuously appointed with spacious lounges, elegant staterooms, and wide-open decks, each ship is a floating art museum, showcasing treasures that are the envy of the world's art collectors. Yet these elegant ships are comfortably suited for casual relaxation. There's always something exciting happening on a Holland America Line ship. Choices for the active life are plentiful, or you can choose to do nothing at all.
I really love the whole pressure-free, you-choose attitude. I mean, we could swim, exercise, play shuffleboard, or just find a cozy corner and relax.
Our Indonesian and Filipino staff pamper you with their tradition of gracious attention, coming from a heritage where providing service is an honor.
Such warm and friendly service, plus the no-tipping and cashless society really make for a carefree vacation.
On Holland America, you enjoy dining as dazzling as the scenery. The selections are abundant throughout the day, all prepared under the care of award-winning gourmet chefs. You'll also experience the finest array of first-class entertainment, from soft music and sparkling conversation to a lively stage show and casino. At the helm of the ship, the captain and his officers share a 400-year legacy of Dutch seamanship. They guide you through the inside passage with the knowledge and care that has made them famous. Boarding in Vancouver, British Columbia, one of North America's most beautiful and cosmopolitan cities, we sail through the majestic inside passage to Ketchikan, then Juneau, Glacier Bay National Park, Sitka, and back to Vancouver. Your first port of call is Ketchikan, salmon capital of the world, a historic and colorful little town built by the fishing and timber industries in the 1800s. Ketchikan's Indian legend says it's protected by the Tlingit spirits of the whale, raven, and eagle. You can learn the secrets hidden in the totem poles that silently reign in Ketchikan's Totem Bight State Park, or stroll along Creek Street, once the red light district and home to legendary Dolly's House, now a more than respectable boardwalk of shops, galleries, and boutiques. Located in a rainforest on the Tongass Narrows, Ketchikan has a surprisingly gentle climate and lush natural beauty. There's a good chance of seeing bald eagles or any number of the area's nearly 300 species of birds.
When we were in Ketchikan, we went on the flight-seeing side trip to Misty Fjords National Monument. That whole area is really amazing. The waterfall, fjords, and sheer granite cliffs, it's really something to see.
As you sail north to Juneau, the passage becomes more dramatic, with the unspoiled beauty of snow-capped peaks and forested slopes. Surrounded by steep mountains and impressive glaciers, Juneau is accessible only by air or water. Born in gold rush fever, it is now the state capital, and the only capital without roads to connect it to the rest of the world. Juneau is home of the Governor's Mansion, the Alaska State Museum, and a variety of interesting shops. While its narrow streets transect a thriving mini-metropolis, parts of Juneau still display its frontier origins. Explore Juneau's waterfront. Adventure down the Mendenhall River on a raft trip, or taste typical Alaskan fare at a local salmon bake.
You can't miss Mendenhall Glacier. It's on the edge of town, so you can walk right up to a living remnant of the Ice Age, which is really quite an experience.
You can't leave Juneau without experiencing one of the area's prime highlights, the Juneau Ice Field. Taking a helicopter flight-seeing trip lets you get a new perspective, as well as land right on top of a glacier. Nothing quite prepares you for the overwhelming grandeur of Glacier Bay National Park. From the deck of the ship, you'll come face to face with Alaska's premier glacier attraction.
One of the highlights of the entire Inside Passage trip has got to be spending the whole day exploring Glacier Bay National Park. The beauty, the quiet, the magnitude of it all.
The National Park Service ranger and Holland America's naturalist share their knowledge of these 1,000-year-old walls of ice, making it all the more interesting and fascinating. As you sail into Sitka, you're met by Mount Edgecombe, a dormant volcano standing guard over Sitka's picturesque harbor.
From the moment I stepped ashore, I fell in love with Sitka. This beautiful little town is so full of history and culture.
Once the center of the Russian fur trading empire, the city revels in its Russian heritage. Experience the traditional dancing of the New Archangel dancers and explore the unique architecture of St. Michael's Russian Orthodox Cathedral. Everywhere you go in Sitka, you're reminded of the city's rather exotic history.
One of the nicest things about the whole trip was that everything was taken care of.
All of the highlights are picked out, so we could just sit back and enjoy our vacation.
I think people change dramatically when they see Alaska. I know I changed. I really learned to appreciate its untamed wilderness.
On a Holland America Line cruise, you do more than see Alaska. You experience it. The choices are yours. The excitement of a wild river raft trip, or the quiet enjoyment and mystery of the totem poles. Whether it's watching a whale with her young, a glacier calving, or sunset from the ship's deck, this cruise and this majestic passage is yours forever. The memories never fade.
Oh, that does look like fun.
Isn't that fun?
Always a party, always something to do on the ship. So no matter if you are going to the Caribbean or going up to the Inside Passage of Alaska, which we hope that you will go with us, the 1st of August. Book now, if you will. Save the extra money on the early bird booking. So give Betty a call at...
I have to stop at 488-7443. I got intrigued and I forgot.
Or drop us a line. Adventures Travel Club.
1550 North Fresno Street, 93703.
You've got it. That's right, yeah. It's almost time for us to wrap this edition of the Adventures Travel Club up, so we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.